Welcome tonight to members, and also welcome to those friends of IPA who would like to become members and just haven't signed up yet. You know who you are. So it's my pleasure this evening. We've got 4 presenters, so it's going to be a busy evening. So I won't talk too much, I promise. And you can mute me if I do. We have got across the world this evening. We're starting in Indonesia with Marini, who's going to be talking to us about creative learning tools. We then head across to Portugal on a quick flight, quick Zoom across to Portugal to hear from Ana, who's going to be speaking to us from the municipality of Cascais. Now, I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, Ana, so you might need to sort of correct me when you come online.
Cascais.
Oh, great, thank you. And we have got Penny talking to us from the UK, Play KX, and she's going to be presenting for us. And we've also got, then finally heading into India, we have Christine and Shweta talking to us about Toy Bank. So 4 countries right across the globe. And so if you feel exhausted at the end of it, it's just jet lag. Okay. So I, without further ado, am going to hand over to Marini, who's going to join us from Indonesia.
Thank you, Robin.
Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. I am Marini from Indonesia. It's great to see every one of you. And before my presentation, I'd like to show you 1-minute video of creative learning tools.
Something might have got a little wrong, Marini.
Really? Okay, let me start again.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it fits with the theme, play in the digital age. It's always going to muck up for us. It's going to be the one, it'll be the one evening that'll be the most problematic digitally.
Okay. Okay. Can everyone see it?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. Okay, I hope you all like the video and found that it is easy to make your own to be used by children. Let me share my slideshow. Can it be seen clearly?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, my presentation is about creative learning tools on ARS Statistics Care Foundation program to promote environment-friendly playing and learning tools for early childhood education development. This program is submitted for International Play Association Special Award on the Right to Play in Times of Crisis. So play in Indonesian context. Play or main in Bahasa Indonesia has already been there since ancient times, and it is spread through 6,000 inhabited islands out of around 17,000 islands, and it is blended with culture. Some are still existed, and most of them related with strength, competition, and also played by adults. Currently, Indonesia population is around 270 million, number 4 largest population in the world, below China, India, United States of America. And 30% are children below 18 years old. Today, some issues existed in Indonesia, and I'd like to highlight to whom Creative Learning Tools program is created. So the first issue is due to inequality of income, education, health, and housing. This program is aimed to the vulnerable one, so underprivileged community whose income equals to or below 1,600 US dollar per year, mostly live or work as farmer or labor worker. So they can send their children to kindergarten, which is only take about 2 US dollar per month. The second issue is that 37% children in their early childhood, or around 12 million children in Indonesia, are suffering from stunting. So, and based on research, it can be overcome by balanced diet, immunization, breastfeeding, clean water, and stimulation. So the creative learning tools provides tools to stimulate early childhood children in their development. The third issue is trash problem. Indonesia generates about 175,000 tons of waste and about 14% a day of plastics. And 81% of waste in Indonesia is unsorted. So it will end up in final dump, landfills, or leak to the ocean instead. So the reduce, reuse, recycle idea is in urgent, and it should be done now from our home. The fourth issue about the pandemic, which is forced everyone to stay at home, and park, playground, and school, including for early childhood, are closed until further notice. So creative learning tools video promotes home-based playing and learning activities, give ideas for parents and facilitator or adults or caregiver to create their own creative learning tools from whatever they find surrounding their home. Behind the program, the big picture, why the program is needed are: first, play is one of child's rights, as stated in Article 31 UNCRC, and the Sustainable Development Goals 4.2 states that quality education for the early childhood is needed. National scale and in the medium-term national development plan on child-friendly Indonesia and child-friendly city as a policy in city and municipalities throughout Indonesia. There's awareness that child right implementation is needed to build stronger children and leader in the future. The program objective is to promote play for the early childhood through online tutorial of creative learning tools created from recycled materials and nature. The program goal is for teachers, parents, and adults to create themselves environment-friendly play stimulation tools from recycled materials and nature. And for children below 7 years old to use the creative learning tools to play while learning. Our program currently in Java Island, where 33 AR Statistics Care Foundation school projects are located as case study. Creative learning tool stimulates the children's potential in language, math, sensoric, motoric, etc. while playing. You can see in the picture from the left to right, from far left, assorting game learning ABC tools created from used banner, the promotional board, and cardboard packaging. The second from the left photo is to learn numbers. The third from the left is a matching sound made by tissue paper roll to stimulate sensoric. And the far right is Play-Doh to stimulate fine motor skill. So beware Play-Doh, we can make our own. And next, the tools are created by waste materials such as compact disc, yogurt drink, plastic bottle, packaging cardboards, used banner, and more. Nature material is also used, such as all kind of leaf, sticks, stones, and can be applied more in rural area with abundant natural resources. We make sure that the used materials are clean and not containing hazardous materials. The size is big enough for early childhood, but not too big to be easily to be stored, or around A4 to A3 paper size. Sharp edges shouldn't be allowed, and the use of water-based paint or acrylic are recommended for the children's safety. While shape and color are designed to be attractive for children. Before the pandemic, about 1,900 kindergarten teachers have been trained in Central Java and Yogyakarta area to create creative learning tools from scratch to be played by their students in the classroom. There was also Main or Play Festival in Indonesia National Gallery in Jakarta, where parents learn how to make their own creative learning tools from recycled material. In this picture, some made weaving tools using acrylic and used banner material or material for promotion. And the other made piggy bank using used water bottle and animal face such as elephant, chicken, mouse, etc. using compact disc. At the event, we can also try out how children use the creative learning tools. The picture shows that they use bottle cap or lid and use tissue rolled carton to learn fine motoric skills and number. Currently, we have 101 creative learning tools tutorial videos published online in YouTube channel. Some of the video has been viewed more than 15K times, and we'd love to see more people to subscribe and view the videos and make their own creative learning tools. And right now, we have a call for action program benefit 97 teachers from 33 AR Statistics Care Foundation kindergarten partner in Central Java. In this program, every school should make 20 creative learning tools. So by the end of March, there will be about 660 creative learning tools ready to be played by the children when the school starts. Hopefully, the school will start gradually in April, depending on the area infected by the virus. About 1,009 children aged 4 to 6 will benefit these new play and learn tools made by their teacher. So what next? We hope to see more children with the opportunity to play, learn, and love the environment. Even in the time of pandemic, we are going to promote the program through social media platform and media partner, started from Central Java, Java Island to all inhabitant island in Indonesia, and hopefully globally. So this is the end of my presentation. Thank you.
Thank you, Marini. And it's interesting to see the number of YouTube videos. Was it 101 YouTube videos, or is that the name of the name of the videos, or is it were there 101 of them?
Yes, 101 videos already in YouTube channel. I will share
the channel. Yes, if you could share the link so people can also look at the YouTube videos. Thank you. So an example of using YouTube to actually educate parents around play. Okay, thank you, Marini.
Thank you.
Okay, our next we're going to zoom across now to Portugal. Is everybody moving across to Portugal now? Told you you'll get jet lag. So it is now time to hear from Anna, who's going to present to us on the work that's being done in Portugal. So over to you, Anna.
Okay, good morning to all. It's a pleasure to be in here. I'm here with Miguel, with Frederico, with Ana Bandeira, with João, Sofia, and Carla. And I will pass to Miguel. Maria João, sorry, Maria João. Miguel?
Good morning, everyone. Are you listening?
We are listening.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you who are with us in this session from all around the world. And on behalf of the president of IPA, Robin Miller, I wish to welcome you all to Cascais. We are going to present you, one of our projects, and we called in Portugal, OSCA, the success in each student. This was the creation of, first of all, let me say that I'm Miguel and Miguel Roberts, and I'm the municipal director for education, social work and health promotion in the municipality of Cascais. And together with Ana Gil and her team, we have created all this program. And this was a creation of an inclusive channel for the promotion of learning. And this is why I'm going to present not only this PowerPoint and talk a bit of the project, and in the end we have a small video as well to show you all. Between the 30th of May and the 23rd of June last year, the students had their own channel in their disposal. The Success in Each Student, this was the channel, how we called, to complement the distance learning program and the national initiative Estudo em Casa, Home Study. This channel worked within the setting of the Cascais channel, the YouTube channel run by the Cascais Town Council. Whilst open to all, this channel was specially dedicated to children with special health needs by adapting some of the activities. Through the use of essentially playful and artistic methodologies, the channel presented a group of proposals which encompassed the different areas of social and the personal development. Each day of the week, a video was shared, which included activities designed for cognitive, motor, and artistic stimulation, sensorial exploration, and the meanings of emotions in children and youth. These programs were accompanied by a descriptive text, which allowed the families to replicate the activities in the household setting. These inclusive resources, which were intended as facilitators for learning, were the result of a joint effort of multidisciplinary school teams, together with groups of schools that we call agrupamentos de escolas, group of schools, and local partners as Val do Rio Professional School, the Center for Inclusion Resources, CERCICA, the Ludo libraries of the parishes of Alcabides, Carcavelos Parede, and Cascais Estoril in Cascais Municipality, and the supervision of professors of the Faculty for Psychology and Educational Sciences of the University of Porto, the professors Ariana Cosme and Daniela Ferreira. Many of these activities were run by the technicians from the Ludo libraries of Cascais, the play workers, and a technical team which included third-year students from the Val do Rio Professional School's technical video course as work experience. This was also a very important issue. This project, because of this project, we made as well possible the obligatory work experience period required for these students, which the COVID-19 pandemic has disrupted. We did 30 episodes totally, with nearly 20,000 views all over our municipality. And for you to know where we are in Portugal, we have the municipality of Cascais. We have around 200,000 and 208,000 inhabitants, divided in 4 parishes. 2 of them are close to the sea. Well, we are near the sea all the time, but there are 2 of the parishes that are facing the sea, and the 2 other parishes, one of them is facing more the hills of Sintra, the historical village of Sintra, and the other is São Domingos de Rana. There is in the border of another municipality of Sintra, Amadora, and Oeiras. As our president our mayor always say, that these two parishes that are facing the sun, facing the sea, they are the sunny parts of the municipality, and the other two are the shadow areas of the municipality. So we have different, completely different communities in all around our municipality. And this was very important because we did all this job together with the groups of schools of all these parishes. And that was very important to understand how different students see these experiences as well. This year we are preparing a conference that I want to invite you all. I know that is during this pandemic situation, unfortunately, we can't have the opportunity to receive you all in Cascais in person. And but of course, that's because of these technologies that we are now developing a lot. We have the opportunity to create this conference of the IPA European Conference in May 2021. So I will ask you to save the date to talk about playing within uncertainty and for challenge. This is going to be, yes, Sylvia, this is going to be an online conference, but we hope with this that this pandemic goes away. I hope very soon. We faced a terrible situation during the end of the months of December and all the months of January. We are a small country, but we passed through a very difficult time during these 2 months, and we have been the worst country in the world in number of deaths and cases and new cases per million of inhabitants. But now we are much better, much better, and we are doing good progress in fighting this virus. So I hope to not in May in person, but probably whenever you want around the summertime in June, July, August, to receive you all here in Cascais, because we are a very welcome community, very welcome municipality that likes a lot to receive people from abroad. So save the date in next May 28th to the 30th of May this year. I hope to see you all in this, if not in person, in behind the screens of all the computers around the world. To finish our presentation, I would like to ask Anna if she can do, because we have all these 30 episodes that I mentioned a few minutes ago. We have created a lot of videos, all these videos, and we are going to present you one of them. That is a story, and a story that it is in Portuguese. The subtitles are in Portuguese. So I have here in a paper a translation for you to understand better what is this story. Okay, Anna, can you please play?
Please let me know if you are hearing.
Yes.
Yes.
Telling Stories in the Sand by Nuno, a play worker. Amélia wants a dog. Amélia entered the room. Her father was seated in his... Sorry? Anna?
Yes?
Yes, can you cut the sound?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm trying to be
Since the beginning?
So yes,
Okay.
since the beginning.
So, yes.
Okay. This is the story of Amalia. Amalia wants a dog. Amalia entered the room. Her father was seated in his favorite chair reading the newspaper. Daddy, Daddy, I was thinking. Her father sighed. Usually when Amalia thinks, it means trouble. Oh, Daddy, can we adopt a dog? We can walk him in the park. He can sleep in my room and stop monsters from getting close to my bed. No, Amalia, we can't have a dog. Dogs bark and need a lot of care. Oh, said Amalia, and went to her room with a sad face. But soon she came back. Oh, Daddy, if we can't have a dog, could we have an eagle? We could make a nest here, and we don't need to walk it anywhere. No, we can't have an eagle. Eagles live in the mountains and need a lot of room to fly. An eagle would be very sad closed inside the house. Oh, said Amalia, and went to her room with a sad face. But a little later she came back and said, Daddy, if we can't have an eagle, we could have a horse, and we would put obstacles in the kitchen and ride it around. Amalia, darling, no, we can't have a horse. Horses live in the countryside and need a lot of grass to eat. A horse would not like to live here at all. Oh, Daddy. And once again, Amalia went to her room with a sad face. But soon she was back again. Oh, Daddy, if we can't have a horse, could we have an elephant? I would wake up with his trunk, and I promise I would jump out of bed straight away for school. Elephants, Amalia. Elephants are much too big, so big they practically don't even fit in this room. They like to live in a big, wide open spaces and to scratch their back on trees. We can't have an elephant. For a start, it wouldn't even get through the door. Now go and play in your room. Oh, Amalia went to her room looking sad. Her father was about to open his newspaper when he heard her again. If we can't have an elephant, could we have a whale? I would climb on its back and it would launch me in the air with a spray of water. Amalia, whales are gigantic, bigger than this house, and they live in the ocean and need a lot of water. Look, we could keep it in the bathtub, said Amalia hopefully. Amalia, for the last time, we cannot have a whale, nor we can have a tiger, nor a crocodile, not a kangaroo or an hippopotamus, not even a dinosaur. Now please go and play in your room and let me read the newspaper in peace. And off went Amalia to her room with a sad face. She was back a few minutes later. Daddy, if we cannot have an eagle or a horse, not even an elephant or a whale, a tiger, a crocodile or a kangaroo, nor an hippopotamus or a dinosaur, could we have a doggy? A dog? Amalia, a puppy. That is a fantastic idea. A puppy is no trouble at all. We could walk in the park and it could sleep in your room to keep the monsters away. Yes, it would be wonderful to have a puppy. Amalia hugged her father and gave him a big kiss. Thank you. You are the best father in the world. Amalia went to her room thinking, sometimes it is hard work to convince grown-ups, but they come round in the end. I hope you enjoyed this story and this program that we have created with a lot of love, especially. And so we are completely free to answer all your questions in the end or whatever it may be. And okay, and let's continue this session.
Miguel, I don't know if Federico would like to talk a little bit about our European conference.
Okay, Federico from our Faculty of Sports and Education. I don't know how to say human motricity. I don't know how to translate it, but Federico.
Miguel and Federico is speaking next week on that.
Okay.
All right. All right. All right.
Okay. Thank you so much.
And thank you all for all your messages as well.
I think what will be really interesting when we get to the discussion part of this evening is actually the way both you have used YouTube and Marini have used YouTube to communicate with parents and that recycling. But what was really interesting in your presentation was seeing that huge amount of collaboration that you've undertaken and people were in how many really strong institutes involved in getting that project up and running. So that's certainly something that I'm sure a number of us will want to know is how did you do it? What's the secret of your success for collaboration? And also how do we use YouTube as well as you have all done? But we can talk about that in the discussion, because now it's my pleasure. We're going to switch over. Once again, we're on another flying area. We are heading over to the UK, where Penny is still in lockdown, and very patiently, we're probably the best. All of us here tonight is probably like having a party for you at the moment. Penny, would you say?
Absolutely.
And here comes Penny.
Okay. Thank you, Robin. Thank you. And good morning. It's a beautiful spring morning in London. So it's great to see you all. Can you all hear? Yeah, great.
And we can all hear you, Penny.
Brilliant. Thank you. Well, I want to talk to you a little bit about what Play KX did during the first lockdown. So this time last year, we were all playing together in King's Cross in London. The children were sharing unicorn masks and were chewing pool noodles together. Families from all over the place were mixing and touching and hugging and play fighting and weaving in and out of each other's time and space. We had reached the highest ever daily attendance figures for Play KX, and our Instagram following was increasing by about 100 a week. Everything was buzzing. It was fantastic. We had a reputation for transforming both outdoor and indoor spaces from austere, exquisite architectural visions come true into vibrant, quirky, colour-filled, life-affirming wonderlands, empty 1 minute and then filled to the brim with playing the next. We were only just beginning to take the threat of COVID seriously, and still I seem to remember that we somehow imagined that we would be able to carry on playing together. Then, of course, everything stopped. In the flurry of not knowing what to do-ness that came with the start of the first lockdown in the UK, we discovered that we were going to be paid until, well, we didn't know. Nobody knew anything. But this meant that we had a team of play workers, all of them employed, who were not able to be with children in the real world, which is a really odd situation, because we spent most of our time trying to find funding for play workers. And anyway, very quickly we made a snap decision to take our play sessions online via this newfangled Zoom thingy. We wrestled with ways to translate play work onto the screen and wondered how on earth we would be able to support children's freely chosen playing through this medium. Using playwork theory, the playwork principles, and our imaginations, we tried everything that we could think of. We explored changing our backdrops in the real world, not the Zoom backdrops. We hung sparkly things and coloured fabric in our windows to change the environment. We found that by using the camera and the screen creatively, we could make objects enormous. And we could easily be giants, or very, 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 very tiny. Or we could disappear entirely. I invested in an external camera with a bendy neck, which let me do all sorts of interesting things. I also chose to have plants and mirrors and weird collection of objects as loose parts or just visual fun around me. Other play workers chose to have a plain black backdrop that just covered their living rooms and made them neutral and anonymous for the screen. We decided not to use any outdoor spaces because the majority of children in London don't have a garden or even a balcony, and we wanted to be on a level footing with them. We were all locked in together. So the first snag that we hit was seeing ourselves on screen. This is a truly excruciating experience. I'm sure lots of you agree, and I'd avoided it all my life. I've never watched any film footage of myself unless I caught a few seconds by accident. So seeing me breaking the fourth wall, that is talking directly to camera, oh, it was nasty. It still is. But if I was feeling it, and I know my colleagues were too, then the children would be as well. They'd be finding it exactly the same. Making Skype calls with your grandparents across the world, or seeing footage of yourself playing that has been recorded on a mobile phone or something, that's different to watching yourself playing in the real world, in the real time. It's, sorry, lost my track there. It's just weird if you think about it. It's like playing into a mirror. This idea of mirrors or portals between worlds became a key for us to unlock so that we could get close to making space where children could play together. If we could reach a point where both ourselves and the children had a willing suspension of disbelief, then we could get close to that Narnia or looking glass move into worlds between worlds. We needed the screens to melt and to be able to pass through into each other's homes so that we could play together and transform space like we did in the real world. Now, as a play worker, I always get a little bit irritated when people say, oh, you've created something really magical. It's not magical. It's skilled work, but it's supposed to be invisible so that the children's playing can take over. So I'm just going to try a bit of an experiment here. I'm going to switch to gallery view so I can see all of you, or as many of you have got your screen on. There are loads of you out there, my word.
There are 62 people here tonight with us, Penny.
Hello, 52 people. How wonderful to see you.
What would be lovely, Penny, if people could switch on their screens for this activity.
It would be absolutely incredible if you don't mind too much.
As long as you've got your clothes on.
Yeah, that has happened. Oh my. I'm not going to tell you that story now.
Not tonight.
Hello, everyone. Have we got Laura and Jackie here? Hi, Jackie. And Laura? All right, I think, no? Jackie.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, can you hear me?
Hi, Penny. Hi, Penny.
Hi, Jackie. I'm going to do some magic, not magic for you, and pass you this lemon. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
Okay.
It's not magic. It's not magic. It's not magic. But have you got the lemon?
I've got it. Thank you very much. What a lovely smelly lemon.
Would you like to pass it back to me, please?
Yeah. Thank you so much for that lemon, Penny. I shall pass it back. Ooh.
And thank you very much. that's part of the magic, not magic, that we used. And it's we got pretty good at that. We got pretty good at it. But we invented lots of other ways to get through, to melt through the screens and be together and create a play space. One of the other ones is, how about we have a game of hide and seek, a global game of hide and seek. I'm not sure if this has ever been done before, but Jackie and I, and possibly Robin as well, if you don't mind helping me, Robin. I'd like Robin and Jackie on my word to close your eyes, and all the rest of us, we've got to hide within the frame of the screen. Okay, so I'll count to 10. You've got to. This is quick. We're going to count to 10, and then we're going to, as you're found, you can find other people. Okay, so close your eyes, Robin. Close your eyes, Jackie, please. Thank you very much, and all the rest of us hiding now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, we're all hidden. Come and find us.
Oh, there's nobody there. Where have all those 62 people gone?
I can see. Can we find them? Can we find people?
Yes, please find us as quickly as you
Teresa
like.
Casey's hiding behind a mug.
I can see Maria.
Teresa.
I can see Play Wales hiding behind a book.
Oh,
And I
Probably on Mike. Hi, you found. I can see Let's Play America hiding behind a big red book. Hi, Let's Play America.
what about
Vera is hiding at the bottom of the screen on the right-hand side, just must be lying on her desk, maybe. I can just see a little bit of her. And Fiona, I can see you hiding behind an Eiffel Tower.
Federico is behind something, a blue, is that a book or a box?
Marguerite from Play Scotland's hiding behind a big bear or a tiger.
Lauren's hiding behind something, a jar or
Justine's behind
a pot of plants, a plot of plants.
Shweta is hiding behind. The plants are moving, so I'm presuming she's hiding underneath the plant. And Malou, I can just see the top of your head.
Oh, Jackie's was hiding behind her hand. Amazing how many people have got books here.
Maria is hiding behind a pillow. Margaret's hiding behind, I don't know if it's a book or something. I don't know what she's hiding behind.
Book, is it not?
Rita's hiding behind her hands. Oh,
and Frederico's hiding behind a dog ball.
Who else we got here? Who's that hiding behind the tray?
Got Joanna hiding behind a pillow.
Jill is hiding behind a chair. Look, there she is. You can just see her. Come out, you've been found. Come along. Out you go.
Miguel's hiding behind paperwork. I can relate to that. And Susanna's hiding behind a guitar book. Music book. Or is it a book?
Is that Pauline there? I can see. I can see you. Yes, there you go. And Jeremy?
I found everyone.
Elbow here, I think. Is it an elbow?
Jeremy's hiding at the bottom right hand screen. You know, you could play this for hours.
It goes on and on. Okay, everybody, let's relax. Some of you were just too good. I can see a foot there. Harriet. Harriet from the V&A in London. Come on, put your shoes on. Is everybody back with us now? Oh no, we've got Amalia. I can't see this, but they've gone. They've just gone. She's gone. She's gone to get a cup of tea. She's left the room. That's cheating. Okay, so I'm going to carry on. Those of you who haven't been found, we're not We don't hate you. We love you very much, but we're on the time. We're on time. So after that, I think we could all do with a bit of a cup of tea. We're English. Would anybody like a cup of tea? Hold your cup up to the
Yes, please.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Anyone else? There's coffee in here if that's what you prefer. There you go. Orange juice, anyone? No?
Look at everybody with mugs.
Cheers. Enjoy. It's good to be with you all. Okay, so I'm going to go back to speaker view for a little while, just to finish up. That makes us all feel a little bit closer, doesn't it? I feel as I've met some people there. We need to be together, and that's what we needed to do to play with the children. We needed to give that human feeling. Even if we couldn't be together, we wanted to feel something of it. So we took a deep breath and began Zoom playing. There was loads of screen stuff for children to do at that time, and there still is. So there was loads of stuff to teach them things, to keep them fit, or to get them to do craft activities. All those things are fine. All of them are valuable, but the child has no agency in them. Even at their most active, children are passive participants of those things. There is no freely chosen play, and children have no sense of a relationship with each other at all. We felt very strongly that children needed some way to play out their own thoughts and feelings about this extraordinary time. They needed to build their own resilience. In our Zoom playing, children were building their own homes, dens, castles, whatever, or they were building miniature cities which they could control and which they could manipulate. They were jumping into rockets, climbing onto trains or aboard boats, or anything that they could do to get far away, to make worlds which they could be in control of, or get away from where they were, because it was all a bit too much for them. They were wistful about being allowed out only for an hour a day. The playgrounds were shut and they weren't able to play with other children. They were locked in for 1 hour a day, locked in all the time with 1 hour a day outdoor for exercise, not for playing, for exercise. It was like being in prison. Children became an isolated species. The boy next to me read me a story he'd written from his bedroom window. He shouted down to me. It was about a bird who'd been flying free in a wood and who'd suddenly been trapped in a cage. I mean, talk about heart-wrenching. In homes which had every advantage of environment, money and parental support, there were still tremendous difficulties for children. Neighbours, themselves probably driven a little crazy by containment and fear, complained about noises that children made in the flats above them. They were like the stroppy but sad character of Mr. Heckles from Friends. We spent a huge amount of time in reflective practice, reframing our playwork. What do we do when the screen freezes for the child? Should we put the children on mute if their parents are making a lot of noise and window hogging? How do we make our play cues exaggerated enough to be interpreted on the screen by the child without looking like some kind of nightmarish clown? How do we make it clear that we're not children's entertainers? How do we cut down on the domination of adults, including ourselves, which so easily overpowers the children? We decided that 3 of us would work as many sessions together as we could. We identified the roles that needed fulfilling: the active, responsive play worker, the narrator, who keeps up a quiet, inclusive commentary as and when it was needed, almost as though we were voicing play observations. And then there's the non-speaking, non-moving play worker, who holds the whole thing together with a comfortable stillness. These roles changed, like the improv game Sitting, Standing, Lying. swapping in and out of place by turn. Everything we did had to be in response to the playing of the child, which sometimes meant coaxing them in through the screen to play, or letting them sit and watch our weirdness play out in front of them. We discovered that if we came up with very soft themes each day, it helped families prepare and find their way into the playing more effectively, and to continue it after the playing session had finished on Zoom. The themes we chose were super flexible and adaptable, like space travel, which the children were doing anyway, but the sea and animals and that sort of thing. By far the best theme we did was magic. The children took to it like ducks to water. They playworked us. With magic potions, a wand, or special words, Jake could be made tiny or enormous or change into a garden gnome. I myself once became broccoli. We got magicked upside down. Well, I did it by turning my camera upside down. Sinead would do a handstand and Jake would dangle his hair over his laptop. We disappeared with a hand over the camera, by ducking down below the table, or by turning off the camera. It didn't really matter how we did it. We really disappeared because the children made it happen. We became loose parts to play with. In homes across the world, shared jokes and tricks that were made at our expense. We shared toys and pets and the weather and stories and little songs we'd made up. We played together through our screens inside each other's homes. Look. I can actually go into your home. Owen shouted out, "Look, the dinosaur is coming into your house to eat you up." We gave each other mind hugs. We liked it if there was quiet lull, maybe while we were all drawing, absorbed together in our worlds. Jake might pick up his guitar and play a little bit. Charlie might try on a hat. I would play at catching the light on paperweights or necklaces or some such. Sinead had ornaments that would come into life. We were learning so much from these sessions that it was important to us that we shared it with as many people as we possibly could, so that they could take what we had found and use it for themselves and expand on it. Every day our Instagram pages were updated and with Zoom play stories, but also with the stories of playing in our street outside our house. It was clear that Instagram was being used to maintain the community of Play KX, which propped a lot of us up, keeping us in touch and sharing playing ideas with the families that we knew. Each of the team made little films, which we used to launch a play-based YouTube channel, which we hope we'll return to someday. We launched a Medium page and wrote on as much as possible about the things that would be useful for parents to know, including resources and silly illustrations of play ideas. Our first ever post was the Playthings illustration that we did for IPA. Then came posts about how to run Zoom play sessions, how to support your child playing online, and that sort of thing. We shared information about play theory to give parents some useful thinking and language so that they could understand what their children needed to do and why, and how to advocate for it and support it. We gave lectures, co-delivered play training for museums, presented at conferences, illustrated stories made up by children in their playing. We compiled a collection of playthings which can be used indoor or out, or as playground hacks on bland, awful playgrounds. We've run twice weekly reflective practice sessions for play workers anywhere in the world to meet and chat about their concerns and their thoughts and ideas. We've been able to do a huge amount with our online presence, and I think it might be possible that it wasn't time wasted. I think we have been useful, but we will never know. All I can say is that during the short weeks when restrictions were lifted last August and we could play together again, the children who had played on Zoom sought each other out like old friends. In fact, all of the children that we saw in those few days played with an intensity and a pared down focus that none of us had ever seen before. It was as though they were taking in as much of this playing as they possibly could into their systems so that they could eke it out sparingly if this old new freedom were to disappear again. Well, I don't know how they're doing now, but I'm counting the days until we can be together again. Until, again, I have the privilege of watching children playing together freely in the very real world. Thank you. I'll share all the contact details and such with you in the chat afterwards.
Thank you so much, Penny, for that presentation. I think that goes down. I don't think anyone's played, we've not, as IPA, played a global game of hide and seek. But what was so amazing there, it just, you know, the team of play workers that have taken on board all of the skills you have as play workers and translated that, you know, into a way to bring play into bring this sort of surreal situation into a very live play experience. And I'm not sure about any of the rest of you, but I certainly enjoyed the global game of hide and seek. So I can imagine it's what would have been something that, you know, would have brought a lot of joy to a lot of kids. And you talked about not knowing whether or not, you know, what the impact was going to be in the future. And I think the testimony will be that those kids will look back to this time of the pandemic and COVID and remember the experience they had online through play. So thank you so much, and very many congratulations to your playwork team for actually drawing on their skills and using it to pivot to this new dimension that you've taken it to.
I'll make sure that's passed on. Thank you, Robin.
So you can see I'm playing around with the IT here because I'm just trying to unspotlight you, Penny, and moving into, and perhaps our team at Playwright can help do that for me. Remove the spot, I can see it now. Okay, and we're moving across to India now, and we're joined by Christine and Shweta from Toy Bank in India, who are going to be presenting to us.
Thank you, Robin. It's so wonderful to be here and very, very inspiring. This is like our safe space and a happy place with all of the play workers, believers of play. It's so nice to see everybody from across the world who propagate play and believe in the power of play. And I'm so glad to be able to present to all of you. I'm going to share my screen now. Yep. So I am Shweta, and I run an organization, a non-profit in India called Toy Bank Development Through Play. It's something we've been doing for the last 16 years. We've evolved as an organization over the years. We've done very many things, but everything has been around play. Our work mainly is with children who are at risk, who come from economically challenged background, and they are children who've had all kinds of life experiences already, way too soon, and become young adults making big life choices when they haven't even really experienced their own childhood. So most of us, when we started out, myself included, were engineers. And we straight away came out of our college and we started this as volunteers alongside full-time jobs. But for me, I think doing this as a volunteer for 5 to 6 years back then got me thinking about the magical impact and and that play has in the minds of our little kids.
So thank you so much to all of you, and particularly to Toy Bank India, Shweta and Christine, Marini from Indonesia, Miguel and Anna from Portugal, and Penny from England. I would love to have this conversation again with you, and I know that all of us would love to have another game of hide and seek Zoom. So if you really love another game of hide and seek Zoom, if you all tune in next week,